Could everyone please stand for the presentation of the colors, Winston-Salem Fire Department's Honor Guard?
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Over the ramparts we watched were so gallant, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ready, face. Forward. March.
You may be seated. Thank you all for coming tonight to the Fire Academy graduation for Fire Academy number 3. We'll go ahead and get the ceremony started at this time. Dr. Spriggs.
Thank you, first of all, to the Winston-Salem Fire Department Honor Guard for the presentation of our graduates, our faculty, families. We're not just witnessing the culmination of rigorous celebrating the inception of new guardians, individuals who have embraced the mantle of one of society's most noble and selfless professions, firefighting. Heroes, our minds often wander to larger-than-life figures, those of myth and legend. Yet heroes walk among us daily, donning not capes, but firefighters' outfits, carrying not swords, but hoses and ladders. The graduates of Forsyth Tech's Academy, our fire academy, class number 3, have chosen to join this elite league of everyday heroes. Albert Einstein's words resonate deeply tonight. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Embodies this principle. As firefighters, you are the embodiment of service and sacrifice, often venturing into the unknown, facing the very elements that most would flee from. Does that work? Okay, let's try that. Start over with Mr. Einstein's words. He was a pretty smart man. He said that, and that's not, is that better? Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Each of you embodies this principle. As firefighters, you are the embodiment of service and sacrifice, often venturing into the unknown, facing the very elements that most would flee from. This is a testament of your character, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment to your communities. But firefighting goes beyond extinguished flames. It's about lives that you touch and the difference that you make. It's the elderly couple who can safely sleep at night, the child who gets to grow up in the warmth of their family home, and the business owner who can rebuild and prosper thanks to you and your service. Your impact stretches far and wide, creating ripples of safety, of hope, and of reassurance. Firefighting is more than a profession. It's a commitment to safeguarding our community, a promise to place others before oneself, and a testament to our human resilience. When people are fleeing, you are running towards the danger. When fear is at its peak, your training and your courage will shine brightest. As you have trained at Forsyth Tech, you've not only learned the science and the tactics behind firefighting, but I know that you have also learned the art of empathy and of collaboration and of leadership. The bonds that you have forged with your peers, the lessons learned from your instructors, and the challenges that you've overcome have prepared you to be more than just firefighters. You're community leaders, you're advocates, and above all, you are symbols of hope for us all. Remember always the profound wisdom of Dr. Maya Angelou, who said that people will forget what you did, they'll forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. In every rescue, in every interaction, in every moment of crisis, you will have the unique opportunity to leave a lasting impression of comfort, of security, and of compassion. Your journey, however, is not just about the fires that you'll extinguish or the lives that you'll save directly. As you step into fire stations and become part of the firefighting units, your presence, dedication, and passion will inspire all those around you. The lessons that you have learned at Forsyth Tech in both skills and spirit will become a benchmark for your peers that will foster a culture of excellence and camaraderie. But perhaps even more impactful will be the silent legacy you'll leave for the future firefighters. There will be young individuals who are watching from a distance who are going to be inspired by your bravery and your commitment. They will hear tales of your courage and your selfless acts and the lives that you've touched. And in those stories, they too will find their calling. You're not just shaping then the present of the firefighting community, but also sculpting its future by setting high standards and by living by them. You pave the way for the next generation, ensuring that the flame of service, dedication, and excellence never falters. So, firefighters, as you embark on this noble journey, I want to challenge you to remember that you are beacons of hope, that you are symbols of community strength and embodiments of selfless love. And we are all grateful because you have chosen this noble profession. Congratulations to Forsyth Tech's class number 3 of our Fire Academy. Your journey is ahead may be challenging, but in those challenges lie the stories of countless lives touched and countless lives that will be changed forever. We are so grateful that you chose Forsyth Tech for this educational journey. Thank you to all the families who are here tonight that have supported our newest firefighters on this journey for the past 27 weeks. They have needed your support, and now they will go forward and I am sure make all of us very proud. And we look forward to welcoming class number 4, who's also here with us tonight. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Dean Conrad Walsh, the Dean of Public Safety, for all of his hard work in bringing the Fire Academy here to Forsyth Tech. And also thank you, Scott Galden, who's our Fire Academy coordinator. Thank you so much for all of your hard work, Scott. We appreciate you so very much. We have a slight change in our program for tonight. Unfortunately, our mayor had something come up that he was unable and he is unable to be here with us. There it goes again. There we are. He's unable to be here with us tonight. He sends his deepest regrets to all of you and asks that we offer on his behalf his highest congratulations to all of you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Dean of Public Safety, Conrad Walsh.
Yes, I'm going to get this mic chance now. So good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. It is wonderful to see everybody here this evening, and thank you for taking your time to come out and celebrate Fire Academy number 3. So thank you for your time in this celebration. Thank you, Dr. Spriggs. That was wonderful words. Thank you. Can't follow that. She is a wonderful speaker. I've heard it several times, her speak, and I'm not that good, so I can't follow that. But she did mention the big thing, and that is the support. 27 weeks, and I'm not going to get into a lot of the details. Scott Galden, the Academy coordinator, has a lot of information of the things that they went through over this time, and you'll get to see a nice video. A lot of really good pictures in there. Some they probably wish they wouldn't show up on this screen, but you all get to see a lot of things this evening that they went through over that time. But that support is holistic for everybody. That's family, that's friends, that's late night, that's weekends. You are the backbone to get these 5 great individuals through the program. So can I get a round of applause for the family and friends? And to the Forsyth Tech instructors, there's several here this evening, along with Scott Golden. It takes a village. You know, over 27 weeks, it takes a lot of hands to get through the academy. And that support is not just our instructors. We also have chiefs that are here and training officers are here from different departments within Forsyth County and Stokes County, the Winston-Salem Fire Department, King, Forsyth County Fire Department. I could go on and on. The Chief Rural Hall's here. So many folks have helped, because even along with Forsyth Tech, there are a lot of times that we need that assistance from the community partners, and it is a give and a take. And our community partners do such a great job when we need that extra assistance. So please, all of our chiefs and community partners that are here that assisted us, could you please stand up for just a minute? It really helps for everybody to kind of see the commitment that you give to Forsyth Tech. So thank you. So two kind of unique things about our fire academy. The first is our fire academy is built to get these individuals ready to go into the workforce if they so choose, because we do have a large volunteer contingent in North Carolina. A lot of people do not realize that the vast majority of fire service responders in North Carolina as a whole, you know, are in that volunteer sense. It's individuals who have taken up to help their community, and honestly, most that take up the career as a firefighter. The interesting thing about once you're a firefighter, you're always a firefighter. And that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what you find is a lot of the folks in this room here, these folks here, they might go to work on a 24-hour shift, get off that shift, and they've got a phone or a pager on their hip, and somebody in their community needs them. They get right back in their car and they drive down and they respond. So that's 24 hours, 7 days a week that you get. And that is such a great thing that our program, when they graduate like these five fine individuals, that's your firefighter, technical rescue, and EMT. So they have all that skill set when they walk out of the door at Forsyth Tech to get them ready for the workforce, but also get them ready to help their community in any way that they need. And that's unique to Forsyth Tech, and we built it that way specifically because while you're already here is the best time for you to learn, to get through the program. And it's hard sometimes when you leave, just like when you leave high school, you know, you don't want to turn right around and come back to something 2 weeks later. So on our program, we built it so when they leave here, they have everything they need to get out in the workforce. The second unique thing is we built our program to be free, or pretty much completely free. There's a lot of programs that are in the state, and I'm not knocking those programs, but we have a lot of partnerships that we've built. We use pretty much scholarship state funds. We have partnerships here in the community, the Emergency Responders Credit Union, CQ, State Employees Credit Union, our own Forsyth Tech Foundation. When I said it takes a village, I mean it takes a huge village. But that village was designed so the 27 weeks they come in, they're not spending $5,000 out of their pocket just to get into class and then have to sustain themselves for 27 weeks with no job. So the best that we could do, and I'm very proud of that, is to try to take that barrier completely out, and that makes us very unique. That part being said, you still didn't get that job, and you had 27 weeks that you had to sustain yourself. Was that really easy? Nobody's going to shake. They're going to say, oh, that was easy. If it is, let me know how you did it, because I'd like to know what that looks like. You have 27 weeks, I don't have a job, then I can just do something different. I'm saying this to say that we need your help, and what that help necessarily looks like, if you could reach out to your elected officials all the way up to that federal level. There's conversations that's been going around for quite a long time. If you're familiar with the college system, you've heard of like Pell Grants or financial aid, and those are always been structurally built into curriculum classes. But there is a lot of things that we do in short term, which this will be considered in that continuing education short term, that there is not that kind of federal dollars or grants that are out there. But there are conversations at the federal level to try to change that so that trades, and it doesn't just help the fire academy, but it helps a lot of trades that are out there that would give sustaining financial aid to those folks. So if I can ask that one, call to charge is when you get that opportunity with your elected officials, talk to them and let them know, hey, there's a massive shortage in North Carolina and the country for firefighters and EMTs. They worked really hard in 27 weeks with no pay and was able to sustain themselves to get through the program, and that's amazing. So thank you for doing that, because that is a huge ask for anybody. But if we can change that thought process, at the national level to allow those kind of financial aid and grants to get in, then in the future, that might not happen. And I say that because with this group here, when we started Class 3, there was 5 more individuals that had filled out applications who had started to go down the road. We talked to each one of them. They want to be firefighters. They want to be here. But as it got closer to the start of the academy, life happens. They financially could not do it. They had the heart, the will, and the desire to be community leaders, to be those heroes, those superheroes that come in. So we've made our academy free. We have other ways to help students, but in 27 weeks, you still need a certain amount. So when you leave here this evening and you think about those kind of pieces in there and you have that opportunity, talk to those elected officials and let them know. Say, hey, there's some great programs out there. Wouldn't it be great to use some of those federal dollars to also support some of these short-term programs? Their Class 4 is here. As Class 3 is finished out, brought in Class 4. So Class 4, can you stand up for just a second? Has there been any ribbon between Class 3 and Class 4? Now, don't act innocent or anything like that. So, no? Y'all feel pretty good about that? Okay. Go ahead and have a seat. So Class 4 is interesting and special at the same time. Class 4's first day in the Fire Academy was this Monday. Anybody tell me what this Monday was? 9/11. So it was a tragic time in our country. And it was a tragic time in the fire service and in public safety as a whole. Because it wasn't just firefighters that responded that went in. We had police officers, we had EMS workers. We had so many different folks from public safety responding in 9/11. So when we started to build the schedule for 9/11 and for this class to come in, we started to think, what can we do? What could Forsyth Tech do to try to honor those? We thought about a lot of things. We wanted to do something special for a tribute that would say that Forsyth Tech we've got your back. We're never going to forget. Is anybody in this room familiar with this location? I've been there many, many, many times. So the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, this is the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Park in Emmitsburg, Maryland. This is right out basically inside the National Fire Academy. Has anybody here, a show of hands, ever been to this? Pretty sombering. You get to see a lot. You see these bricks that are down here. Some are memorial bricks that you can donate to, and they'll place a brick in the name of somebody. And of course, as you go around the inside, there's a lot of plaques for those who were lost on 9/11. It's a very emotional time when you're there. I'm actually getting emotional thinking about it. We decided at Forsyth Tech to do something that wouldn't just be for today or tomorrow, that would be everlasting, to kind of show our support and to celebrate Class 4 taking up that charge and going into the profession, knowing the risks that are there when the call comes in and you're going in the opposite direction when everybody's going, trying to get out. So we made a donation. So on that walk, as you see, they have what's called honor bricks. And you can purchase, or donate, I should say, to the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation to purchase a brick and have it placed in that walk of honor and remembrance. So I want to call Scott Golden up here so that we, and that Scott in class 4 and all the classes that come behind never forget what happened on 9/11 and never forget why they're here. We had a brick placed in for Forsyth Tech Community College in honor of 9/11. And I want to present this to Scott Golden so he can hang this in the Fire Academy room so that as they come in the door, they see this, that Forsyth Tech has taken up that charge to make sure that we never forget what happened on 9/11 and that our future firefighters, when they come in, they'll see this as they walk in and know that Forsyth Tech is behind them 100% to give them everything they need to be successful. But at the end of the day, we just want to make sure we never forget. So, Scott, could you please take this and place that in our academy room, and just thank you for everything that you do. But I wanted to, that was something that we really wanted to do just for that remembrance. So there is one last thing I want to say when it comes to the remembrance part. Scott, what do you all do every morning? There's something that you all are doing special? So on top of our rescue tower, if you look at our social media, the other day on 9/11, there was a ceremony that happened. So there is also what's called an honor flag. So it's an American flag, and it has all the names of victims from 9/11 on that flag. And it was presented to Fire Academy, and it now flies at the very top of our rescue tower. And every morning, when the Fire Academy gets started, they present colors and raise that honor flag. And that is something, a tradition that we're going to move forward to make sure that we never forget. So thank you for your time. I appreciate everybody being here. I want to say a massive congratulations to Class 3. It has been a long journey for you, I know, and you're excited, ready to go. But I thank you for taking up the charge. I thank you for the service that you're going to give your community, you're going to give all of us. Because I know when I dial 911 and that fire truck's coming, I feel very safe and secure that we have produced the best firefighters that can be produced, and that you know and you're going to be able to handle any emergency that's out there, and I'm forever grateful for that. So thank you very much. I am going to turn this over to Scott Golden, and he is going to take you on a little bit of journey here about what Class 3 has been doing for 27 weeks or so. So thank you very much for your time.
You need your glasses. You taking yours off, I'm fixed to put mine on. All right, first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Spriggs and all of her staff, Dean Walsh, Amanda Sadler, Brian Knight. I know his name's been left out. Everybody knows who he is. And all the staff of the Public Safety Technology Department, again, for their all-in support of the Fire Academy here at Forsyth Tech. For those of y'all that may not know me, I was, I guess it's the second class that I've had. Yes, this is the second class. Give me the opportunity to continue basically my career. I retired last year from the city of Winston-Salem as a battalion chief in November. Started at the middle of the last class, into this one, the Class 3, and now on to Class 4, and thoroughly enjoying it. This is our third class to graduate. Fourth class, as you see, already in session, and class number 5 is already being assembled. I think we have 5 or 6, if I'm correct, already on the list that's going to fill out the application when the application period opens. Here's a synopsis of how it works. I know some of you already know it, some of you don't. There's an application process. Once that process is completed, paperwork is turned in, you're invited to take a physical ability test. You have to make sure that you're okay, not that our PT instructor's just trying to hurt anybody or kill anybody. We're just trying to get them in shape. Go ahead and laugh, Drew. We're just trying to get them in shape to be able to handle the tasks that they're going to have to handle when the physical demands of the classes get pretty strenuous. Once they do that, once accepted, the uniforms are ordered. Students are notified of the date to report to embark on their fire service journey. As Fire Academy 3 has 28 weeks ago. When they start, Fire Academy 3 started with fire classes, ended with EMT. Changed things around just a little bit. Fire Academy 4 is starting with EMT and ending with fire classes. A couple reasons behind that. Now, I'll tell you how very proud I am of this group sitting to the right of me. But if an employer has offered one of them a job, could be waiting on that state EMT test. Our OSFM school director, Brian Knight, once they pass and successfully pass their fire classes, he submits it to the state. It's over. OEMS is sort of in their hands to get that class set, to get that test date set for them to go to a testing site. So what we try to do this class, putting EMT first, is that's going to be over with. That way when they graduate and they finish their fire classes, they're ready to go. We're not waiting on that contingent offer of a job or place of employment, the outcome of their EMT grade. Give you an example of how proud I am of these 5. 4 out of the 5. We have one that hasn't tested yet. He tests next week for his EMT. 4 of the 5 finished their EMT last Friday, passed their TSOPs and the final exam in their EMT class. That's a requirement because EMT, if you fail the final exam, you fail the class. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. 4 of the 5 sit for their state EMT exam on Wednesday morning at 9:30, and all of them passed it. Every one of them. I think, there she is. And we'll get to the outside students, but Lakin, is that correct? She was an outside student in the accelerated program with our Fire Academy students, so thank you for coming for support also. Anybody else that was in the accelerated EMT class? Okay. But that's how proud I am. We don't have to worry about them. They're done. Everything, when they fill out that job application, they can put on there, I'm a state certified firefighter, I'm a state certified EMT. So just know I'm proud of you. The 28 weeks, Fire 4 is going to start with EMT. It's an 8-week accelerated program. 8-week. Already told them they start Monday. The first test is next Wednesday. So get ready. It's not just a test on 1 chapter. It's on 2, 3, 4, and sometimes 5 chapters. So it's an 8-week period. It's accelerated. They're doing it 8 to 5 days a week for 8 weeks. And then we'll get into the firefighter classes. The firefighter classes began. Each block that they take, it could be a couple subjects in those blocks. Take a test, graded by our director. If they're unsuccessful with that test, they have 1 retake. That's all. The bad part of they have 30 days to take that retest, but they're already in the next block. So they're studying for that next block, and they're worried about this unsuccessful first test. I'm not going to see that out of class 4, right? Every first test is going to be successful. Anyway, we make it through that. We also added the North Carolina RIT certification. What that stands for is Rapid Intervention Crews, Rapid Intervention Teams. Say, well, what is that? Well, you see us out here responding, helping people. But while we're helping people, who's going to help us if something happens to us while we're helping others? That's what that certification is all about. It's how to help your fellow brother and sister if they get in a need or emergency as their job. Once they get out of RIT, they go into TR, Technical Rescue. Technical Rescue General, it's a whole lot of ropes and knots, and they'll tell you that's not my specialty. I rode the fire truck. I didn't ride the rescue truck. Some of the crowd will understand that. That's not my specialty. Then once they finish the TR General, they go into the TRV vehicle. As we all know, these new vehicles out here today, you know, a lot of people, we ride around in fire trucks with light sirens. I think everybody that's in front of us is riding around in a new Lexus because they can't hear those big sirens. So we have to watch out where we cut that vehicle up at. If someone's pinned in, we have to watch where we make our first move to get that victim out. So that's what they're learning in that. That also, before they started, and this is where I'm going to brag on Class 4. In an email about 2 weeks ago, NIMS, National Incident Management System, is some basic incident command classes, online classes that's available to them that they have to take before they can start EMT. That's a requirement. I sent it to them. I said, if you get a chance, go ahead and sign in, get your FEMA student ID number, have the ability, go ahead and take these classes. Every one of them showed up with all 4 classes completed. So I think we need to give Class 4 a hand on that also. Once all of those are completed, then they're ready to graduate, just like Class 3 sitting over here. You ready? Are you ready? Another thing I want to brag about Class 3, every one of them sitting there is in a hiring process with an area fire department. Every one of them. And the good thing is, they fill out that application, they're certified. EMT, fire, RIT, EVD. You learned how to drive an ambulance. I'm proud of you. Now to Fire Academy Class 3. Congratulations on your success. You all seen an opportunity, put in the work, and will be successful. And I personally want to wish you the best of luck in wherever you end up. This time we'll have the video presentation. Like your video? Just a couple of things you've probably seen, and I forgot to mention this about our program, our fire academy. It's unique in some ways, as Dean Walsh was talking, but you've probably seen some people in there involved in some of the training evolutions that didn't have anything except for SciTech cadet. Reason being is our academy is open to anyone in the state. They see it advertised and they see that block of instructions that we're going through, and they need that block of instruction. They're more than welcome to come and join us at Forsyth Tech. I'll say that because there was a gentleman in here from Orange County. And I said, why are you driving all the way from Orange County? Don't they have a community college down there a little bit close? Well, they do. They have an academy, but they don't let outsiders in. We'll take you. And talking about working together as a community and as county fire departments, that's the reason you saw a long list of things. That's what I was telling Amanda. There's a lot of people. I mean, you saw Lifestar, Stokes County EMS, Forsyth County Fire Department, Rural Hall. That was their bay that we were in, tying knots, hanging from. Chief Jamie Ford of Old Richmond talked to the guy and said, I'll tell you what, won't you come stay at our fire station? You don't have to drive back and forth. It's 10 minutes from the campus in King. So he allowed him to stay there just so he could finish that block of instruction. So I want to give a shout out to the college for that. Okay, class 3, you ready for your badge presentation? Okay. Ready? Stand up. Mr. Scott Brinkley. Mr. Andrew Brooks. Miss Tegan Brophy. Mr. Caleb Hardman. And Mr. Nicholas Robinson. All right, class 3, continue what you're doing. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay? Continue to train. And there's one saying that always sticks in my mind that used to be at Engine 3. Beware of the firefighter that says you don't need to attend training. We always need to learn. Another thing, don't be afraid to make mistakes. How we learn. We learn from mistakes. We don't learn doing things right. We learn from our mistakes. So don't be afraid of that. Continue what you're doing. Good luck and congratulations. Again, thank you all for coming, family, the support. This concludes the graduation ceremonies for Fire Academy 3. Thank you for attending, and please stay. We have some cake, refreshments. Probably wants to get a picture of all of them in front of the banner. Yes. We'll do that. Y'all can't have any cake yet. We got to get the picture first. Thank you so much.